Hi, this is Ron Janish with Andrew's course. You see me here on the precisiontraderwebs.com website, and notice that I'm here with a tiger, but quite frankly, I'm not really touching this one thing because I'm a bit apprehensive, and there's nothing wrong with being apprehensive, and that's why I like being careful and diligent. And in order for you to be careful and diligent, I'm going to go over a number of the things that we do in the Andrews course to give you a better understanding of what's going on. By the way, if you're ever in Manila, about 2 blocks from the American Embassy, there's a place run by a guy who claims his name is Hans Schmidt, which means John Smith, Daktari, which I think is probably not his real name, and he has these wonderful Siberian tigers. There's one back here and one over here. This one's chewing on a piece of wood. Thank goodness, better than my arm. And what he does is he offers you an opportunity to have your picture taken with these wonderful critters. My only words of wisdom is it's best to have your picture taken with them after they've eaten. Okay, and that's what I did. So without any further ado, let's move on to over here. This is a chart of what I sent out last night, and it was about to this information here. So last night they got pretty much something that looked like this. Okay, and what that now to the average person that doesn't really mean anything, but let me give you a little clue as to what's going on. What I do with the Andrews techniques is I do an analysis and kind of figure out as best I can which direction the market is going, and what that means is that I want to know if this is if it's going into a hefty uptrend, or if it's in a downtrend, things like that. And then, or like, let's just hypothetically say that I saw this market here going up, and now I see this market here going down, and let's say I'm thinking that the market has come down here and that it's probably going to come up here, test the highs, probably not make new highs, and then go down further. And so if I believe that, then I'd have to consider whether or not I want to take a trade here that goes up to here and then take the ride down. Okay, and the reason is because sometimes when prices start a down move, they just kind of go up a little bit and then go down further and then go up, really choppy, and that's no fun. So what I do is I send out these little things here, and it says AA and 136 and AA and 267, and all that really has to do with is me finding course indicators that that I teach about in our course that help me know and determine what's going on. So what happens is sometimes I'll put out something like like this guy here. Okay, whoops. Whoa, let's see here. Whoops, no, it's not a. That's cheapers. Just when you want it to behave well, right? Let's try this again. Okay, if you look on the videos, I think it was fourth week video or something like that, prices were down here, and I probably had the triple A's. I may not have shown you this chart, but I probably showed you the Qs chart, which pretty much said the same thing. Okay, the triple A's. Well, when I have the triple A's down here, that's usually an indication that I think when I have it down here, like let's say I actually had it down here and I had it up here. So when I put it up here, my thinking at that point was that we're either at or very close to a reversal, and it's down for a while. Okay, and AAA means that I really had like somewhere between 4 and 7 course indicators telling me that. Okay, and same thing down here, and here I had somewhere between 4 and 7 course indicators telling me it's up we go time. And one of the things I had over here is something we call the ORE. Okay, this is It's a specific technique for action reaction lines that Roger Babson did not invent, and that Alan Andrews did not invent, but one of his students in the Midwest did invent. And Andrews claimed it was the best technique he ever saw for finding reversals. Okay, so that's why, when I see an ORE, that usually gets my attention. So anyway, good old ORE signal. And so we had this here, and then all of a sudden the market goes up. Now I'll show you a little something that you can use as a hint. When you see my charts and you see the big letter A's, what the big letter A's means that I did an analysis on the daily charts. Okay? When you see the little letter A's, that means I did the analysis on the intraday chart. Right? That's probably going to help. So, and then when I have a whole bunch of numbers here, they can be interesting in that when I have 2 sevens in the number, that is one of the things that will indicate to me personally in my trading that there's going to be one heck of an up move here. Now, it doesn't say it's going to move forever, but one heck of an up move. Another time that I had this double A thing was, I believe it was down here. It was either down here or it was either down here or more than likely down over here. And you see, so I had my double sevens rather, my double sevens over here. So in the course itself, what we do is we have these certain signals that that are like really extra wonderful is a nice way to put them in my opinion. And what they do is they indicate to me that this is a move that's really interesting and worth getting in on. Let me give you another example. Those of you that have been following me in my videos and stuff, several weeks ago, when prices were right about here, just kind of peeking through that line up there, just trying to, I think it was on this day here, I put out a video, and I think it's in either week 2 or 3 or whatever in those week video things. And I mentioned that, gee, I got 3 A's and an SB3 signal here, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That means I'm interested in the downside. Okay, and what I'm indicating to students is that it's probably a good idea if you do your analysis on this using the course methods, and that I notice a lot of course indicators that are in here that are looking for a downside move. Now, the reason I put that out to the students is because in that form is that I want them to take a look, find out for themselves. I want them to discover and explore and find out for themselves what's going on. So we had an SB3, and SB3s are kind of like OREs in that a lot of the turns they call are like really cool, and last a nice long way. So that's why I note on their SB3. Take a look. In the SPY, for example, over here, we had an SB3 signal, and that was just like wonderful. And what you need to know, and we also had one here, and then it only lasted a couple of days, but that happens. But what happened over here that was absolutely so cool and wonderful was that it was right at the target area you were looking at. Now I have SB3s all over the place, but one of the places that I remember was right over here. And this was another time that's really cool and wonderful. And so if you see an SB3 on one of my charts, when I do an analysis of something, it probably would be worth your while to just spend a few minutes and do an analysis on that chart. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say to you. I never make buy or sell recommendations to individuals. I may tell you what I'm doing or something like that, but I never make buy or sell recommendations to individuals. So let's see, what else do we have? Anyway, that's the important stuff. That's what we're going to do in the videos. Now, one of the things we're going to be doing in the videos is we're going to have some that are free, and we're going to have some that are pay per view, and they're going to be very inexpensive. And the videos that we're going to offer here are not the course videos. They're not the 20 or so videos that people get when they take the course. Those are a whole different group. Okay, but there are going to be videos that are fairly important. We're going to have one that's going to show you how to draw all the course lines when it's hard or easy to do. When it's hard is kind of like when you use a program like IB, which only lets you draw a trend line. How do you draw the action reaction lines, the median lines, the parallels, the sliding parallels, all those other things? I'm going to show you in a video. Okay, it's so much easier in a video than if I tell you. And I'm going to show you, yeah, I'm going to show you. And then maybe have another video which will go over some of the rules for the median line. And these are like the basic rules for the median lines that I find useful. They're a little different from Andrew's rules, and they're very different from the stuff you hear out there on the web. I mean, oh yeah, there's a lot of people putting out videos on median lines, and one of the things you know is that I know Dr. Andrews, because in one of the videos you'll see a picture of me wearing that same shirt I wore with the picture with the tiger with Andrews. And anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a video which is going to cover the history of Babson and action reaction lines. It's going to have another one that'll have some of the rules for action reaction lines that I find worth looking at. Then we're also going to have a video on using action reaction lines, so an actual thing on how they're used, two different ways more than likely. And then we're going to have a video where you actually get to see live Professor Andrews teaching Hagopian's rule. Okay, and I'll also see if I can find some other videos for you with Dr. Andrews teaching. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have these videos here, and they're going to be fairly inexpensive. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the double your money guarantee. And this is really kind of cool. And how it works is like this: is if you go and see some or all these videos, and you decide you want to take the course within a 30-day period, you can double whatever you spent on the videos, double it, and we'll take it off the price of the course. Okay, as long as you take the course within 30 days. If you just take one video and you feel like you want to take a whole bunch more just to get a bigger discount or something, just email me a discount, please, and we'll give you a good one anyway. So, so either way you win. All right. So anyway, thank you for your time, and we're going to get started on making some of these videos so that we'll have them available for you on the site at a very, very low cost. Thank you for your time. Bye.